I was working at a gym years ago, like 10, 12 years ago.
Fuck out of here.
And then already saying, you know what? Shit's about to be called crying with Sam. You know, let's not take it there yet.
You're gonna hit him where it hurts.
Don't do it.
You brought it up earlier. It was the easy
No.
Little butt. I wasn't swinging for the fences. Little butt.
Right. You stepping up to the plate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
butt.
Just getting ready.
Yeah.
So we worked at a gym, and you know, back in the day, I was doing my thing. I had the girls, you know, that would come to the gym. I'd see them all the time, be chilling with them. All of a sudden, I started seeing him hanging out with this other dude. Right? And I'm like, and the next thing I know, he starts working at the gym too. It ended up being Cinderella.
I'm that other dude.
But at the time,
obviously,
I hated this motherfucker. Let me tell you what, like, he was always like that other dude, and then there was like that just animosity for no reason. Like the vibe was fucked up. Anyway, we started working a couple shifts together, and like 3 shifts later, it was like, I guess he's all right. And then, like, a couple shifts after that, it was like, you want to hang out? And here we are 10, 12 years later, and I'm calling him Cinderella.
Yeah, you set that up all kinds of crazy.
That sounded crazy.
You set that up.
Dude started dating and we left the girls at the gym.
We're not doing this, no. You know what, Sipping with Sam's about to be banned, dog. They're going to cancel your ass. You better watch what you say right now.
Man, I didn't know you was political now. That's crazy. You can get
Hey, shit.
So for you, did you feel the vibes? Did you know, like, you was stepping on toes? You basically jumped in this man's life. Like, you stole his life. You stole the girls first.
Like it is.
It was unbeknownst to me that this was even going on.
Your girls were treating him so good, he decided to get a permanent residency.
He did. Isn't that shit crazy?
They was taking better care of him than you.
Probably.
They pulled him in. You was already.
Now, this all came out later. This came out later. I didn't even know about this till years later.
You never felt it. You never was like, why does he act like that?
It was a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I didn't feel like that until...
in the gym, everybody's a little weird.
Yeah, everyone's on their, you know, their little... They got their thing going on, but he tells me years later, he's like, randomly, we're out hanging out.
I almost fucking killed you, bro.
I almost beat the shit out of you. And I'm like, what? I was like, all right. I didn't know any of that. And he's telling me the whole story. And then I started thinking, I was like, you know what? It makes sense. I was getting the evil eye. This man was looking at me all funny. So.
And then he decided if you can't beat him, join him. You a vicious motherfucker.
Why?
He's a villain. He's a villain.
He's a whole villain.
Why? Why you gotta be a villain?
My man Crimson over here, man. The fire starter.
So off of that.
That was hilarious. I needed that story. That is a clip.
I'm done telling I'm done telling stories, bro. I'm about to and then I almost beat up Michael B. Jordan, man. You want to hear clips? I'll make some clips.
Did you watch that old episode?
I did. I watched some of it.
It's hilarious.
Crazy.
I was like, so you wanted to? All right.
That's a hell of a story.
It's a great story. Even to just be like, I seen him out downtown with this little chick and ran up on it. Like, what? Like, I don't even like. If he would have just said that, I would have been happy. He went into what happened after that. I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that.
Bro, I get some good stories on here. Like,
I bet you
do,
man.
It's a blessing. I don't even know what to expect. But so then when did it get to the creative part? How did we decide that we gonna lock in together? Like, was he sidelining while you was doing all the other shit?
So I knew once we started talking about music stuff, I had a different musical past than him. I kind of grew up doing like instruments and shit. I played sax, piano, guitar.
Sax is a motherfucker.
Nasty a saxophone boy.
Sax, I love the sax. I can't play it, but I love a good.
So we initially linked on that.
I love some good sax
and
too.
Killed that.
He told me about his whole group, and his stories from the past, and we randomly just talking to each other. We were like, why don't we link up and try some music stuff? We were into the same types of bands, like the same types of music. Went over his house. We vibed for a little bit, but I think at that time, what year was this?
Bro, this is a long time ago.
We're talking
like
a decade ago.
Yeah.
And at the time, I think our mindsets were just in different spots. We tried, but you could just tell it just wasn't right at that moment. We were like, all right, we kind of gave it a pause.
Can I pause you right there and interject? So at that time, why is that funny, man?
Here we go, because here comes some bullshit. You know it's coming.
Do you want a story or not? No, matter of fact, go ahead.
the fuck out of here. I'm not doing this with you today. Go ahead, man. You crazy as shit.
Now you're Cinderella.
I'm gonna call you by your other name. Go ahead, man.
So the same way I know Sam, it was from this guy EA, right? And I knew EA, and around this time he was doing like some kind of show, and me and G were like, "Oh, we can get on this show. Let's try to put this song together, right?" So we put this song together, and if you thought what we're doing now was explicit, it was like the most explicit, corny, horrible mash of shit that you probably ever heard.
Time out. You motherfuckers is every man's worst nightmare. The 2 personal trainers at the gym is the freakiest motherfuckers in the gym.
They're getting pissed and writing love jets.
Yo, man.
We went for shock value.
That's
how I knew we weren't right yet. Yeah.
So at one point, like, we didn't have anything recorded. We tried to put this song together, and we had a guy that we were doing. It was a Christian album. I was playing guitar in the album. We were a studio musician, and he was doing saxophone. And we hooked up with this guy, and we tried to record at his studio. Mm-hmm. Now, at one part of the song, it's horrible. It said, "Bitches to the left, bitches to the right," and then literally, like, it got to that, and the record stopped. And he's like, "Oh, we're not doing it here, gentlemen. We're not doing
this at all.
Oh, we're not doing it. Nope." So the song got shut down. We ended up doing one of EA's shows, which was like a house in West Philly, and we walked in, and Cinderella was like, "I hate you." I'm gonna call my mom and tell her I love her.
No, I didn't. Shut the fuck up, dude.
But we did it. We performed, and then after that,
should we get a police station at location? That's funny.
We dropping pins like, yo. Yeah. But anyway, so that's kind of where we were at then. It was very immature. We weren't doing it to do it. We were kind of feeling each other out and going off of whatever else was happening around us. That'd be pretty fair to say, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you can go back to your stories when to drop the EA.
He always makes the story more creepy when he interjects, though. You know that, right?
Why is that creepy?
You heard the same shit I heard, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead. So back to you.
Where are we at? Where are we at in the story?
You at y'all bought it together. You couldn't figure it out.
We didn't finish the music. We played that show. And then at that point,
we just realized we're at different places in our life. It wasn't working out. And then we just kind of,
look at it.
It just, you know what it was? We weren't, I don't think, lyrically, obviously we weren't mature enough. Musically, we were there, but we didn't know how to put it together in a professional way. So we kind of faded off. And then what year did we get back in it?
2017.
2017. I ended up. So we didn't talk actually for a while. Not because we weren't boys, but we went on.
Apparently, it scarred people.
So, yeah, it's all me. Yeah.
Apparently, shit got weird.
So I see him on the treadmill at the same gym we met at. Same gym we met at.
All right, so now it sounds like a love story.
No. Listen, it's a bro story. It's a bro story. Cool. And I'm like, yo, where you been at? He did a little traveling. I did, a little bit of my own thing. And then we were like, you still doing music? And I told him at the time, when we first started, I didn't sing. I did none of that. I was just trying. I was saying I was a singer. Mm-hmm. Was not. It was horrible. In that time that we didn't see each other, I started singing a lot, like doing online lessons and shit like that. Dope. And got a lot better. I told him, we should link up. So we linked. After that, he was cool with it. And once he picked up the guitar and started freestyling the guitar and I sang a little bit, we were like, oh man, we're in a way different spot than before. And I was like, this is something real special.
So this is 8 years later? No, 17 was
7 years later.
7 years later.
7 years later.
And that wasn't the end all be all because it took a while for us to get the music production right and all that other stuff.
You still called him Cinderella.
He wasn't Cinderella then.
No, I'm saying like I know it took time to get everything together because you still talk about him complaining. Like that's still a thing.
Even though it sounds like you complain it.
He got a name from it. Yeah.
It's a blessing. But it's
I don't even know what's happening right now.